How does anxiety get in the way of my social life? Hi, Kim here, chartered psychologist, cognitive behavioural psychotherapist, and I'm here to help you with all your issues regarding anxiety, assertiveness, or other mental health issues you may have. So how does anxiety stop me from being social, especially if you're someone like me who's quite extroverted and who likes being with people and who wants to be out there and doing things? How does anxiety stop that? Well, there are three ways. In this video, I'm going to talk about the three ways that anxiety or social anxiety can get in the way of you actually going out and socializing or enjoying your social life when you're actually out. The first way it does that is before you even go to an event, and if anybody suffers from social anxiety, they will know this very, very well, you start imagining the event before you even get there. So you're at home and you're thinking, oh God, I've got this networking event tomorrow night, and you imagine all the terrible, terrible things which are going to happen or could potentially happen, and you start worrying and ruminating, and all you can think about is you're not going to know what to say, everybody's going to be more interesting than you, you're not going to look right, everybody's going to be better dressed than you, they'll have more topics to talk about than you won't know what to say, and you will be seen as somebody who is awkward and doesn't know what they're talking about and has got no right to be there. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Believe me, when you have social anxiety, those thoughts are the tip of the iceberg. But the thing is, you don't even realize that that is actually creating anxiety within you. You think you're actually doing this because it will save you, because you'll have thought of every possible negative thing that could go wrong, and having done that, it will save you from the very worst that's going to happen. So that's before you've even gotten to the event, or got to the event. So you've had all these horrible negative thoughts, so then you go along to the event. Now, if you're thinking all of those things, and if I thought or believed all of them, I would be anxious going into the event. If I believed that's what people were going to think about me, I would feel really anxious going into that event. So there you are, in you go, but you've got all this going on in your head. So you're in the actual event now, you've thought about it beforehand, now you're there. So what's going on? You're living inside your head. We call this like self-processing. So you are imagining what you think other people can see. So you are living in the minds of others, but you're not living in them thinking, well, they think I look nice, or they don't really care what I look like, or none of those things. You are assuming that they can see inside your body because you feel anxious. So therefore you probably, maybe your heart's racing a little bit, maybe you're kind of feeling agitated, and maybe you feel that you're blushing or that you're sweating. You might feel all of these things, and so you're living in your head, you're in your head, and if you're in your head, you are not present in the exchange that's actually going on. You are in here, and as long as you're in there, other people aren't going to be bouncing off you. It's just not going to happen. There's not that flow between you and the other people. And also what you might then do, because you've got this going on in your head, you might start folding your arms, standing away from the crowd. You might kind of back off a little bit because you're feeling so awkward and worrying about what they're saying. Plus, you then start worrying about what you're going to say or how you're going to say it. So even when you could join in the conversation, you don't. You hold yourself back. You stand there and you say nothing, or you're fumbling on your words, and so it doesn't come out right, and then that just confirms to you, well, I'm useless. I don't know what I'm talking about. Everybody else is much more articulate than me. There's no point me even speaking up now. So you've had the pre-event where you've been worrying about it. You get to the event and you're living in your head. You're self-processing. Anxiety has got you up here in your head. So you're not actually present and just flowing in the moment because you're so anxious about what they are assuming about you and how you feel about yourself. But that's not the end of it. Oh, no, no, no. You go home and you have a postmortem. Of course you do. So what do? You start thinking about all the things that went wrong, or in your eyes went wrong, what you didn't say, what you did say, how did you say it, how was it perceived, what were they thinking, what was their body language like, what did they do in relation to you, and so on and on and on you go. So their anxiety is still got you in its grip. It's still got you. You thought about it beforehand, during the event, and now it's not even leaving you alone. And the postmortem can go on for days. Actually, it can go on for days. And it's that postmortem is the thing which is then makes you feel more anxious about going into the next social situation. So those are 3 ways that anxiety actually stops you from being social. So if you like that video, please check out my others. I'm doing a whole series on social anxiety and how to actually combat this. And I'm going to be running a course on that, which you can check in on my website when that will be done. But I've got lots more videos on anxiety, how to overcome anxiety, and how to become more assertive, because in that situation, the social situation, your actual kind of communication style tends to become quite passive. So the more assertive you can become, the less anxious you're going to be. So please check out the links below. If you have any comments, please leave them. And if you want any other videos, I'm more than happy to make them. But comment on what you think about this or what you would like me to produce. Click the bell, subscribe, and check out my website for my free How to Be More Assertive starter kit. All the links are in the description below. Thanks for listening and see you in the next video. Bye for now.